The 49ers had everything right in front of them: home field, the division, and the NFC's top seed. Then came a brutal reality check. And moments after it all slipped away, George Kittle didn't sulk, he spoke. Loudly. And what he said may define San Francisco's playoff mindset. This is NFL SnapWire. Let's get straight into it. The Seattle Seahawks delivered one of the most stunning defensive performances of the season in Week 18, shutting down the San Francisco 49ers' red-hot offense in a 13-3 win. With that result, Seattle didn't just win the game, they locked up the NFC West, claimed the number 1 seed, and secured a first-round bye. For San Francisco, it was the worst possible ending to what had been a dominant December. But while fans were still processing how everything unraveled, George Kittle was already looking ahead. We lost at home to a division rival for the division and the number 1 seed, and that SCKs, Kittle admitted after the game. It's horrible. I'm disappointed. But the good news is I get to play football next week. That wasn't just frustration talking, it was leadership. Kittle didn't sugarcoat the loss. He acknowledged how painful it was to miss out on a bye and home field advantage at Levi's Stadium. But he also made something crystal clear to the locker room: the season is not over. Whether it's Saturday, Sunday, whenever it is, we're playing again, Kittle said. It's on the road, in a hostile environment. That's just our reality now. So we attack it like a whole new season. That mindset matters, especially coming from someone who's battled through adversity all year. George Kittle's 2025 season has been anything but smooth. He tore his hamstring in Week 1, landed on injured reserve, and missed valuable time early. Then, just as he returned and regained rhythm, a mid to low ankle sprain sidelined him again in Week 17. For most players, that kind of stop-and-start season can be mentally draining. So when Kittle says he's grateful just to be back on the field, it's not cliché, it's earned. But what made the Week 18 loss so shocking wasn't just the stakes. It was how San Francisco's offense completely collapsed. Coming into the game, the 49ers were arguably the hottest offense in football. In December alone, they averaged over 42 points and 455 yards per game. Brock Purdy was efficient. Christian McCaffrey was unstoppable. And George Kittle was thriving in Shanahan's system. Then Seattle flipped the script. San Francisco managed just 173 total yards, their worst offensive output under Kyle Shanahan in a regular season game. They scored only 3 points. And somehow, despite being dominated, they were only down 10-3 at halftime, a scoreline that almost felt generous. But Seattle never let them breathe. The night was filled with missed opportunities that swung the game. A third-and-long defensive breakdown. A failed fumble recovery. And then the play that truly sealed it. With 10:21 left in the fourth quarter, the 49ers were knocking on the door. 2nd and goal from the 6. Brock Purdy fired a pass toward Christian McCaffrey, slightly tipped at the line. McCaffrey bobbled it. The ball popped into the air. And linebacker Drake Thomas reacted instantly, intercepting it at the 3-yard line. Game over. What made the loss even more painful was that San Francisco's defense actually played well enough to win. Holding Seattle to 13 points should be a winning formula in January football. Instead, that effort was completely wasted by an offense that never found rhythm. Still, the loss didn't knock the 49ers out of the playoffs. They had already clinched a postseason spot in Week 16 with a win over the Colts. That means San Francisco now enters the playoffs as a wild-card team, just not in the position they wanted. And that's where George Kittle's next message came in. With final seeding still unsettled, the 49ers must wait on several Sunday matchups to learn who they'll face. One game, in particular, carries massive implications: Arizona Cardinals versus Los Angeles Rams. And Kittle didn't hesitate to make his feelings public. "I look forward to whoever we play," Kittle said. "Let's go Bretta and Trey McBride. Go Cardinals." That was not subtle. If Arizona beats the Rams, San Francisco locks in the number 5 seed, likely drawing either the Tampa Bay Buccaneers or Carolina Panthers, a far more manageable path. But if the Cardinals lose, the 49ers drop to number 6, setting up a brutal wild-card matchup against either the Philadelphia Eagles or the Chicago Bears. That's the difference between a winnable road game and a potential playoff nightmare. So suddenly, George Kittle, one of the league's toughest competitors, became Arizona's loudest temporary fan, even shouting out Cardinals tight end Trey McBride. The reality is simple: the 49ers went from controlling their destiny to hoping for help. Instead of a bye week, they'll travel. Instead of home field advantage, they'll walk into hostile stadiums. Instead of rest, it's survival football from here on out. San Francisco still finished the regular season 12-5. They still have elite talent on both sides of the ball. And with George Kittle setting the tone, they're not entering the postseason broken, just bruised. Because if there's one thing this message made clear, it's this. The loss hurt. The opportunity slipped away. But the fight? That's still very much alive. That's the latest from NFL SnapWire. If you want more playoff drama, locker room reactions, and the stories shaping January football, make sure you're subscribed, and we'll catch you on the next one.